Annual income £20. Annual expenditure 19, 19 and 6. Result, happiness. Annual income £20. Annual expenditure £20 ought and 6. Result, misery. That's a quote from the classic novel David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. The quote, uttered by one Mr Micawber, has become such a truism. A financial approach called the Micawber Principle is named after this quote. Welcome back to Words of Wisdom Wednesday on 11/11, as we work our way through Stress Management Week. The sentiment of the Dickens quote can be boiled down to this. If you spend $1 less than you earn annually, the result is happiness. On the flip side, if you spend $1 more than you earn, the result is misery. One scenario has money to spare. The other scenario lands you in the red without enough to meet your obligations. In the era of Dickens, this could send you to debtor's prison, with no way to earn or repay what you owed. Such a vicious cycle. And that's why little tykes like Dickens himself in his youth had to work long hours in harsh conditions at factories. No wonder he became an agent of social change. The concept seems straightforward enough, so why aren't more of us able to manage it? Is it just a matter of budgeting? In the story, Mr Micawber just couldn't seem to heed his own advice, so how are we supposed to? There's an entire website dedicated to this sort of financial freedom, called micawberprinciple.com. Here's how they explain things. In 2 short, simple sentences, Charles Dickens stated the fundamental law of personal finance in an unforgettable way. Spending less than you earn, consistently, over time, will lead to at least some degree of financial success. Spending more than you earn will lead to financial misery, which is likely to negatively affect other areas of your life. It really is that simple. If you can't live the Micawber Principle, no other financial advice matters. It's the foundation of personal financial success. Of course, we need to acknowledge that while the principle is simple, putting it into practice, as Wilkins Micawber illustrates, is difficult. That is because it requires disciplining ourselves, which is never an easy thing to do. That's the end of the quote from the website. The site goes on to list some helpful truths that I'll sum up here, and you can go to the site for more detailed information. Number 1, spending is more important than income. Yep, spending is more important than income. The difference between financial happiness and misery isn't how much you make, but how much you spend. Interesting, eh? Number 2, little things matter. The difference between financial success and financial difficulty is often small in the short term, but is magnified over time. And 3, there are consequences to financial decisions. This all might appear overwhelming, but there is always hope, truly. And it starts with small actions, not huge ones. That's in keeping with the tagline of our show, small actions that lead to grand rewards. The website wraps up Mr. Micawber's journey this way. Quote, at the end of the story, Mr. Micawber and his family emigrate from England to Australia. Mr. Micawber makes the most of his fresh start and becomes a respected lawyer, achieves financial success, and continues teaching the principle that bears his name, now both by word and example. The happy ending should give all of us hope that, regardless of the past, it is never too late to change our financial habits and fortunes. Your new beginning starts now, and you don't even have to move to Australia. End quote. And neither do we. We can start today and see progress tomorrow. Your tiny task is to take one step that will help you financially, just one, whether it's consolidating credit cards, canceling an unused subscription, holding a garage sale, going to Starbucks or eating out just a little less often. Know that you are disciplined enough to do what needs to be done for your peace of mind. After all, peace of mind means better health. Wishing you all health and prosperity. Chedi stay some, everyone. Tuta.